Hey, we're at a location session in a hotel for a corporate headshot shoot. Not something we do on location a lot, but this company we deal with a lot. And they had another 15 or more people to do, so we agreed to do it. The thing about today is, it's the very first time, it's 100% Godox, all Godox heads and what's called accessories and modifiers. So stay with us. Hey, a little bit about this job I'm going to show you. The reason that we've made this little tape with just the iPhone is that this is the first time we've gone on location for a very well-paying job that we used only Godox. Not only did we only use Godox, we only brought Godox lights. So that's a kind of a faith step for me, because we usually have some photogenics packed in the car just in case. But we had 4 Godox heads, as you can see, and we used them all. And it was very, very successful. And it was clean, color balance was even, and also the power output never failed us either. We were at 1/2 or lower. I think we were closer to 1/4 power and lower. And you can see some quick shots of the setup, but once we got in the room and set it up, the line was so long that we couldn't even stop to do a little clip to share. But this job was booked as 20 or more headshots in a 2-hour window on location. So when I get it here, I pick my 3, 4, 5 maybe favorites out of their little shoot. And then I'll finally end up marking up one as my favorite, retouch it or pre-retouch it. And it tends to be, once I upload all this online, the one they pick naturally tends to be the one that has been pre-retouched. So it's just one of the ways that we handle these jobs very fluidly. But again, we've been doing it this way for decades. The real reason for this historic recording is because it was entirely Godox, and it went well. So we will do it again and continue to add to our arsenal of those types of Speedlights. The only thing I'm waiting for is a larger pop-up softbox. When that comes out, I'll be an extremely happy guy. So what I do first is I pull in the raws into this IV program, which I'm afraid you can't really get. You can probably do it in Lightroom or something, but I have this and love it. And I get rid of the blanks and the blinks and whatever, and then I will process in Adobe Raw. At this point, I've got all the good ones into a document, and from here, I will pick the best of each person. On this job, as I mentioned, I probably shoot 8 or 10 frames to get one that I will finish, and I'll show them probably 3 to pick from, and they'll always pick that one. So let's look at the screen. So these are fully processed images, not retouched in any way, and I can go through them this way. Normally, I will quickly just go through a few at a time, select a favorite, and then it's of course going to be cropped later, but this one looks good, so I just give it a color code, and I know that that's the one I'm picking. Let's look at one other person. I'll show you. We did equal guys and girls in here. I think this is close to one that I picked for somebody who is going to get retouched, and it's going to look lovely, and I'll show you that. So I'll just go through and mark with the color code the ones I like, and I will pick my favorites to work on, and basically get a 8 or 10 frame study down to 3 or 4, and then I'll retouch one. So now this is the stage where I brought all my selected images in, one of each person. I ended up doing like 28 instead of the 15 or 20 I was contracted for, so that's good too. After going through the selection process, I then crop the image, make sure there's enough background, everything looks good, and then retouch the face and the body to maybe about a 80–90% of what I would do for a full-blown session. So we'll take a look. Yeah, so these are the one-offs, the one pick of each. And I'm gonna show you, I held back over here just a one sample of the raw, the first stage of retouch, second, and the deliverable. So I'll take a look at that. Okay, here is the raw image. Definitely needs some retouching, and we got some lack of fullness down here, some reflector in the way. Plus, there's not enough background for this shot. It was grabbed quickly when the moment was right, so I'm gonna, next frame, probably add some back. First I'll correct it. We simply adjusted the density and the color a little bit. And then the next one after that, we should be fixing this background. So there we've added more background, giving your normal spacing. And then finally, we went and did the facial retouching. And there she is. And then we did this with 28 different people. So I hope you enjoyed this very brief little video on how we do and did this first shoot of headshots on location using only our Godox gear. And very profitable, as I said, because we would normally take up to a half an hour in the studio to do a single one, and then by the time I processed and culled and produced an online gallery, I've got another hour in it. So in this case, we've smashed, end up 28 of them together. The shoot, as you know, was only 2 hours. We were in and out on time, even though they gave us extra heads to do. As far as processing the raws, relabeling the new large JPEGs, and making the initial selections was probably a couple hours. And then ultimately retouching 28 different heads, probably another 5 to 6 hours. And then one final hour making proofs and getting them all uploaded for the client's gallery so that they might make their selection. So anyway, just want to share that with you. It's a kind of a regular thing around here, but it was the first time we did it with just Speedlights. Hope you enjoyed this little video on our kind of unique first maiden voyage of complete Godox shooting. And of course, we appreciate you continual viewing of all the videos we have on Master Photo Techniques. We hope you subscribe, come back frequently, and we appreciate you.